All right, what is up, guys? Professor Darth Akali here, bringing you a new video of the Akali changes that are finally being public, guys. Oh my God, I've just been waiting to make this video for so long and talk about all the changes that are coming. Um, Recently, or in the past few weeks, Riot has been just trying to decide what are they going to do with Akali. They've just been so confused because her ban rate, obviously, in case you guys haven't been in the loop on things, her ban rate has just been ridiculously high, her win rate ridiculously low, and it's all because of that true stealth on her shroud. The ability for her to tower dive people and like not take damage from towers was so obnoxious. They nerfed every last thing about her shroud except for that because I asked a writer, and it's just they did say they wanted to have the champion be unique. They don't want all the champions to be the same. They want it to be fun and interactive, and I get it. Like that true stealth made her unique. The fact that she could tower dive people makes her unique. But it had to go. Riot gets that. So here we are. This is now where we are. Also, guys, I only have one monitor, so if you see me opening up OBS, this is going to be the most scuffed video in the world. But anyways, this is the quick gameplay thoughts on January 25th by Riot Medler, aka Rito Meidler. I'm going to go straight to the Akali changes first, and then I'm going to talk about all these things. These are all huge as well. But basically, what we have here is the big changes to Akali, Aatrox, and Aurelia, and I'm going to go over Akali first. So, Akali, getting the immediate question out of the way first. Yep, we'll be removing Akali's Shroud, making her untargetable under towers. So, really quick on this first note, they don't state full true stealth removal. They're saying true stealth in the worst part about it because, right, like it's kind of like the old Shroud. Only a few things revealed you anyways, but now, I mean, Morgana ult doesn't reveal you, for example. But basically, the thing that everyone hated, the fact that you can dive as a Akali and then drop tower aggro, it's gone. It's gone. Guys, listen, stop banning Akali, please. Seriously, stop banning Akali. No, but for real, though, this is going to, I'm guessing, completely change her ban rate to, like, very low. Maybe the same amount as like I don't know, some other assassin that no one really likes playing against still, because no one likes playing against Akali. She got a lot of mobility, she got the tools to be annoying, but it's not going to be nearly as crazy. That whole pseudo nonsensical mindset of I can't play against this champion because she can dive you into turrets, it's gone. Anyways, so we don't think that alone will solve everything with Akali, but agree it's a good first change, especially given even many Akali mains would prefer that the effect be removed and power spent elsewhere. The original intent with the Shroud working under towers was to give Akali similar dive capabilities to other assassins, despite her longer kill times. What they mean by kill times is like her cooldowns, like her ult is pretty high cooldown, while also adding some additional uniqueness. While it accomplished that, it did so at a high counterplay / frustration cost. I think I mean low counterplay. Anyways, there's not much counter to it, and it pisses off everyone. That's how they should have probably worded it in the less mature. No, I'm just kidding. Though for quite a while we were very split internally on whether the cost was too high or not. It definitely was. The fact that Akali could Shroud. I mean, it's basically. Here's the thing, guys. If you knew how to play Akali, I'm not like cat's out of the bag. Like I've made several videos on this too, talking about how OP she was. Your ult plus a gunblade equals you get a kill every minute and a half. When your ult is up, you get a kill. It's simply she has too many tools to kill anyone. The only way you don't get a kill is if they like set up a counter gank on you, you're as if you're the jungler too. Anyways, she's too strong. It's just you can't. It's too hard to balance that. In terms of other changes, this is also, guys, this is also very important. In terms of other changes, we're also looking at Akali's sustain and weather, like Aatrox. I don't know what that is. She's potentially shrugging off harass too effectively via her Q heal. We generally want champions to be able to create and win all-ins with some reliability to be more vulnerable to harass. Debating at present whether, if we do remove the Q heal at max energy, we should replace it with another mechanic or not. For those of you who play regularly, is that something you would enjoy optimizing around or not? So this right here, this heal, this is going to be very important. I think that if you're in a Akali main, definitely, share your thoughts with Riot. Comment down below in this video, because Riot definitely does read the comments of these Akali videos, because they're looking for feedback. Just think about it, right? Like, this is just one of the many ways they can get feedback from the community. So in terms of the heal, you guys gotta think about it this way. With a normal build, late game, you're healing like 450 with a max energy Q, and you have like, what, 1500 health ish? So you're healing like a fourth of your health bar just off of one Q, maybe even more. That's very important late game. It makes it so if you get chunked, you don't have to go back like every other champion. It makes it so if you're in a fight, you can last twice as long. It doesn't seem like much at first, but late game, when you have the max range Shroud to make it so you Q for a giant heal and you W and instantly Q again, that's a whole nother giant heal. It's very important that they don't completely remove this, or if they do, they give her something close to or equal to in other forms. Definitely don't want them to remove the heal, because honestly, the Shroud being losing true stealth on the Shroud is enough for now. I think they need to definitely just focus on seeing how that works out, and then move on to other things. If she still has if her win rate goes up because the Akali mains come out of the corners, the depths of the world, and start destroying everyone, then look into stuff. But for now, I think we should see how she goes. But yeah, so I actually tweeted out that I thought that maybe, if they don't want it to be, because they also said like, should we replace it with another mechanic or not? For those of you that play her regular, is it something you enjoy optimizing on or not? Honestly, it's not fun to wait around. Say if you use your whole, like, you have like 0 energy and you're just waiting for like 10 seconds to get 180 energy so you can heal. That's boring. I think something that could be better is like you get two empowered auto attacks after, kind of like the old Akali. After you use your Q, you get an empowered auto attack that gives you a nice little heal. Maybe not as crazy as this, or maybe your Qs in general, if you're at 0 energy, you get like 5% spell vamp. If you're 50 energy, you get 10%, and so on and so on. Maybe reward you for having more energy. Something like that could be good, but I don't necessarily think that would be. I don't think we don't just remove the heal. That's for sure, because Akali is nothing without her heal. So I mean, we've probably gone for 8 minutes about this stuff. I'm gonna quick up just Akali. So these changes are coming. They're freaking coming. I'm excited. Listen, a lot of people in the Akali mains community, they're very upset about this. But listen, would you rather have a nerfed main or a main you can't play at all? How can you can't even call your main when you can't play it? Like, don't you want to play a champion consistently in ranked and get good with them? I know I do. I feel like that's so logical, but maybe, please let me know in the comments if you're on the other side of that. Like, I really genuinely do want to know. That's just my way of thinking. But really quick, I'm going to go on to just briefly look over this. So the crit items, they're currently aiming to ship the crit items changes, but in 9.3, which is going to be the next patch. And I'm not going to fully go over all these AD changes, because I think that this is something that, I'm not going to really focus on, especially for the title and the thumbnail. Mostly wanted to make this video for Akali. If you guys want to check that out, you can definitely just find this on League of Legends website or Reddit or something like that. But I will mention Aatrox and Aurelia. So, and for Aatrox, we had nerfs to Aatrox in 9.2, Q ratio, E cooldown, pretty big, with the primary goal being just trimming some power from him, since we felt he was OP in most contexts. We've gotten some follow-up work in 9.3 as aimed at giving opponents better ways to play against him. Power impact of those changes to be determined after we assess 9.2. So they're going to pretty much just see how much they're going to change Aatrox after they get the stats from this patch right now, and see like how's his win rate doing, how's his like playability at each level versus each matchup. They're also testing 2 main directions. The first is giving his enemies more periods of time where his E isn't available. So that means like removing the charge system, so he can't use it. So he can't use one and still rely on having another when he wants. That makes sense. Debating on, they're basically just talking about a bunch of changes. You guys can pause the video if you want to read that. But Aatrox nerfs and changes are coming. And then for Irelia, like Aatrox, Irelia just got nerfed in 9.2, and we'll need to see how those changes landed. Again, like Aatrox, we're also looking at some follow-up work to add more counterplay to her, reduce how much agency is in the hands of the Irelia players versus her opponent. That works a bit earlier on. That works a bit early on than Aatrox and AKALI, so it looks like it's coming out soon. Likely approach including making W more or only effective against physical damage, so she's a less universal pick. So basically, they don't want her to counter mages now, which kind of makes sense to remove her mid lane just OP-ness because OP-ness. Anyways, yeah. So that's gonna make sense because as Aurelia currently, if any champion ults you, you press W ahead of time and you just reduce half of it. That's OP. Improving visual effect clarity on E, so it's clear when you will and won't get hit. I like that change because sometimes it's really hard to tell. And changes to improve her top lane performance. At some point, long term, we'd also like to make it so Aurelia's got a more distinct niche. Make sure she's bringing something distinct to a team so that she's a good pick. That it's not purely dependent on her general strength. Like, cause she's not a good pick because she's just OP. They don't want that, obviously. Extra damage to shields on her passive and disarm on R were attempts to do that during her original rework. Our conclusion was, though, that they weren't pulling their weight in that regard, so it was better to strip them because of the problems they created. Giving Aurelia has been an outgoing issue, aka she's been OP for a while, then find better ways to make her stand out later on. And yeah, last thing, this is kind of important too. As mentioned last week, we've been working on some targeted changes to damage output. Likely have details to talk about next week. Targets to ship changes in 9.4, in part so we can see how 9.2 and 9.3 affect things. Guys, damage is huge. It's so high. Like, you can one-shot supports and assassins. Or what? You can one-shot supports, mages, assassins, AD carries. Everything that's on a bruiser or tank is getting one-shotted out here by Fed Zoes and all this nonsense. So I think people have had enough. I've been seeing it on Reddit. The community is, a lot of people are crying about it, and I get it. Especially if you're an AD carry or a mage, you don't want that. You want more extended fights. More skill can be shown rather than you press R as Syndra, you hit them with a sleep as Zoe and you one shot them, or you get your R2 ready as a calling and you fly in and just one shot them. So lots of things are coming, guys. That's pretty much going to be it for this video. I just wanted to talk about the quick gameplay thoughts and specifically AKALI because, I love AKALI. I wonder why, hence the name maybe. But yeah, that's going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please be sure to leave a like. Wait, let me do this. Guys, wait. All right, okay, I give up. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'm out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in a new one. Peace. Also, follow my Instagram, Professor AKALI.